So why can't we have a vote of no confidence in the chairman? Well, could he have an accident? Of course not. Nothing like that could ever happen around here, could it? Thank you, everybody. Thank you, and welcome to a brand new season, a fourth season of my tenure here at H&W Welders. We're all very excited and optimistic at the club that this season's going to be a good one for us. So we can't wait to get started. Now, do we have any questions? Yeah. Eamon Murphy, local reporter. Now, the chairman sold another player this summer. How do you feel about it? Yeah, look, mate, I mean, the chairman's an idiot. He doesn't know anything about football. And based off of the fees that he's getting for the players he's selling, he doesn't know much about business either. How do you expect him to react to these comments? Look, mate, his head's so far up Larne's backside, I'd be shocked if he could hear anything. And how do you expect Welders to perform this season? Yeah, look, I mean, we're hoping for top half this year. We were brilliant at times last season. We were terrible at times as well, but at times we were brilliant. So if we can find that sort of level consistently, then we should have a good season and I'll be happy. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome to Season 4, Episode 1 at H&W Welders as we look to lead the team to some form of European glory many, many moons from now. And well, today we start Season 4 with games in the Premiership against Larne, who of course are signing all of our players, but we do have McQuaid, of course, back on loan this season. And then we'll be playing Crusaders, who we have a bit of a mixed record against historically. But to start the episode, to start the new season, a quick look at where we stand as a club. We are still semi-professional. We're one-star reputation, which I think is slightly improved. I think we started at half a star, so that's good. Finances are okay. I am obviously the manager. Matty Ferguson is the captain. Davidson is the vice-captain. Kagbo is considered the key player, and Sheedy is considered the hot prospect, and it will just be a season or two, no doubt, before he is off to Larne or Linfield as well, because he could potentially, at 15 years old, finishing at 16, be quite the player for us. So, yeah. Love him while he's here, because I suspect he may well be leaving soon. Quick look at the general info. We do have a few favoured personnel, which is new. This was a blank slate when we took over. So ourselves as manager, as well as Ferguson and Mulligan, are favoured personnel. So that's good to see. Facilities, nothing has changed on this front. Still basic, average academy coaching. We've been able to improve that a little bit since we came in. This, I don't suspect we'll be able to improve too much until we start getting into Europe, if we ever start getting into Europe and getting that sort of money in. So that's where we stand. Affiliate clubs, there are no affiliate clubs. We've been looking for a senior affiliate. The board can't find one. They agree, but they can't find one, so that makes it a little bit more difficult there. Club vision, a B- is where we're rating as we start the season here. You can see they're disappointed at playing attacking football. I mean, we're trying, but we can't do it. We're not good enough. Everything else there is basically fine. This season, again, it's tried to avoid relegation. We can see the cups there. We'll go and have a look at that in more detail in just a second. And the finances, well, we've lost a little bit of money over the summer, but that's to be expected, I would imagine. Hopefully now with games starting, ticket sales coming in, we'll be able to make sure we stay positive this year. You can see last year we did drop off a little bit. But there is a little bit of prize money in this league, so that's there's about 40 grand, I think, so that's not too bad. Hopefully, we just got to try and keep our head above water here as much as possible. So that is that. Let's go and have a quick look at pre-season. I'm not going to go into too much detail. You can see for the most part, results weren't too bad. A couple of losses to Glentoran, Portadown, and draws against Ards and Carrick Rangers. But we did win a few. Coleraine was a good win away from home. They're obviously one of the better teams in the league that we saw last season. So that was pre-season. Quick look at competitions. We're expected to avoid relegation. 6th round minimum of the Peaky Blinders Cup. If the league is looking okay, that's European football. I would really like to try and threaten that at some point. It's probably our easiest way into Europe right now. Reach the quarterfinal of the League Cup and the quarterfinal of the County Antrim Cup. Again, we're not going to take those tournaments too seriously because there's not really too much in it for us. Even prize money is minimal. Now, season preview here. Let's have a quick look at the season preview. And we are, we're not favourites for relegation. We're at 200 to 1, but there's two teams below us. Now, Carrick Rangers are in Europe, yet somehow they are the worst team in the league. That would suggest that the media don't really know what they're talking about. Institute came up last season. They are below us. And, well, as I said, I'd like to think we can kind of push up into the top half this year, but we need to be consistently better than we were last year. The key players. We'll have a quick scroll down here, see if we recognise any names yet. Seth Keach is a key player for Coleraine. He must be back there on loan, is he? He is. That's what really annoys me, is that Larne are signing our better players, and then they're just loaning them out, and they won't come back to us on loan, which is obviously frustrating. We keep going down. Cargbo and Sonar are our 2 key players, which is probably just about fair enough. And, well, let's go and have a look and see what we're doing here. Opening day of the season. There was, of course, a transfer special last episode. If you missed that, maybe go back, have a quick look so you can see what we did over the summer. Let's have a quick look at what we're doing in the first game. Okay, and we can see they're playing a 4-3-3 that we're going to be playing the same way against them. I want to, as I kept saying, I want to try and improve the way that we're playing. So this is what we're doing. Mulligan will go in goal. We'll have a quick look at everybody's attributes so we can see how they are developing. So he gets the starting goal. He was brilliant. He's played with the year last year. It's going to be Conlon in goal. That's not what's happening. Down the left for us. A decent left back he's proven to be. Sonar will be one of the centre backs. He will be partnering Hall. They are, I think, our 2 best guys, even ahead of Denham, who's on the bench for the start of the season. When we're playing 2 centre-backs, these guys have a link-up. Denham doesn't really play well with either of them, so that's why we're doing that. McCreary will get the start of the season at right back. We do have a little bit of depth there for him this season as well. Cutbush will start the season as the deep-lying playmaker, potentially quite good he is. We're going to have Tipton playing as the advanced playmaker. Now, the reason for that is that McQuaid can't play against his parent club, which is now Larne. So Tipton comes in for this one. Next to him is Thompson Summers. I'm hoping we'll get big things from him this year. He's potentially lots of 8s and 9s there. If they can improve a little bit, obviously, you go to double digits, and he looks like a much better player than he perhaps is already. One of the new boys, on debut, Pierce Gowan. He gets to start as the right winger. It's going to be Davidson playing down the left, and it's going to be Cargbo. Controversial. Cargbo gets the start ahead of Ferguson for the season. His contract is up the end of this year. I don't think we're going to be able to afford to keep him. So, well, let's hope at least if he's going to go down, he'll leave. He has a good, memorable season to leave us with. On the bench, backup goalkeeper is Stratton. Denham is on the bench. Very good centre-back he is for us. If we play a back 3, he will be back in. Devine, he is the backup left-back. Ongol Gallagher is there. He's one of the new boys as well. He's on the bench. It is Lillis on the bench. It is also on the bench McNally, again, another of the new boys. And also, obviously, that man, Matty Ferguson, on the bench and raring to go should we need goals. Alright, so we can see the lineups. Connor Hunter, of course, the first of our players to be poached away by Larne. He's on the bench for them today, so hopefully he won't come back to haunt us. But, well, let's get out there and see what we can do with the underdogs. Let's go out there, cause an upset. Can we pump our fists and say that? Yes, we can. And, I mean, it's a very, very tough start to the season. So hopefully, we do ourselves justice. And, yeah, this isn't necessarily going to be our season, but it would certainly a chance to put us in a good, good place for the season if we can get a result here. Matching them up man for man is maybe ambitious. Attacking them, which we were doing as well, is maybe even more ambitious, but this is the level we need to get to. Larne and Linfield, they showed last season they are the class of the league. So, it's, as I said, it's a good opportunity to see exactly where it is we stand compared to one of the better teams in the league. And so far, well, not many highlights, but that's perhaps not a bad thing. Goal kick for Larne. Can we win that? We can't. McCreary is there. He does his best. Can't quite win it back. In the end, loses out. Cutbush is there. Come on, McCreary. It's a clean tackle. Well done. Here we go with Gowan, the new guy, up to Cargbo. He's strong. He holds the ball up for us nicely. Back to Tipton. Cargbo's going to be, it's not the best. It's not the best ball. We've given it away there. Cargbo's going to be, if we play like this, and I think this is probably the way we are going to play for the most part, Cargbo's going to have a big role in trying to hold the ball up for us. And then, of course, we're going to have a problem next season of trying to find someone else to do it for us, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. And it's become a long old highlight, and there's the ball through. Mulligan is there. He can't make the save, and we're 1-0 down. That is obviously frustrating. We lasted 36, 37 minutes. You wonder if maybe we needed to get stuck in. McCreary, just no one went with him, did they? We had 2 people standing there having a look at him. Well, ball watching. They weren't looking at him. They were looking at the ball, weren't they? Let's give them some encouragement, see if that works for us at all. We have a relatively strong bench, which is a good sign to start the season. Thompson Summers doesn't look like he's having the greatest game. We had a chance early on, didn't we? And that's about it. expect much better showing. Let's go with that. Let's fist pump. We believe they've got what it takes. And, I mean, it wasn't bad, was it? I mean, it's only 1-0, and if we can get a second goal, or if we can get the second goal, I should say, then that's not going to be too bad either. I wonder if there's anything we want to change here. No, maybe not. I think I'm being very guilty in this series so far of chopping and changing too much and, paying a price for that with disjointed performances. But hopefully, if we show a little bit more consistency, we'll get the rewards for that. That is pitiful. It's offside, I think. We've got away with one. All right. Gowan's looking nervous. Thompson Summers is just not having a good time of things in there. Tipton's looking a little tired. We're going to bring on Lillis, who is a good box-to-box midfielder. Gallagher for Tipton. All right, if that's what the game wants to do, we'll go and do that as well. And we've got, 10 to play here. Is it Ferguson time? I'm wondering if we need to lower the tempo, maybe be a little bit more direct. Well, lowering the tempo, being more direct doesn't make sense, does it? Let's go and get stuck in. See if we can get anything here late on. To be honest, 1-0 against Larne, and it's not like it's a game where they've ripped us to pieces. They've not really done too much there. So we didn't either. Let's not blow smoke up our backsides, but yeah, that wasn't too bad. Now, of course, the downside to that is that we didn't have a shot on target. But I think that'll come. I'm fairly happy with the defensive performance there, to be honest. That's a big positive for us. And guys, wait right there. We'll be back to face Crusaders, and hopefully we'll be able to take our game on to the next level in that one. Okay, welcome back. We have done a week of, we've had 4 training sessions looking to improve on our attacking football. So let's hope we see that here. We're away to Crusaders. They got a draw in their opening game against, I think it was against Dungannon Swifts, if I remember correctly, when I was doing all the pre-match prep. And we're expecting a 5-3-2 formation from them, which means I need to remember to do the marking assignments for the wingers. We'll do that off camera, though. We're going to go with not quite the same team. It's Mulligan in goal. Conlon, Sonar, Hall and McCreary will continue. We're going to give own goal Gallagher a chance as the deep-lying playmaker for this one. New to the club, of course. Thompson Summers will continue. William McQuaid will come back in. He's obviously not playing his parent club, so he can play this one. We're going to keep faith with Gowan, Cargbo and Davidson as the front trio. Hopefully we'll see a little bit more from them this time around. I think what I do want, though, on the bench... No, he's played already today, so never mind. That is that. Guys, I'm going to do these marking things before I forget, and I'll see you in there. Okay, so we can see the lineups. Do we recognise any names here? Rowan Ince, that name sounds familiar from somewhere. But otherwise, none of our former... Well, you wouldn't expect our former players. They're certainly not in this level, are they? Unless they've been poached away. Expecting a much better performance today. I wonder if we go with that. No, let's go with we're the underdogs. We are going to be underdogs for most games, aren't we? We saw that from the pre-season odds. All right, and here we go. Looks like a decent crowd at the Crusaders ground, doesn't it? Let's hope we can send them away disappointed. We need to be better going forward. There is no doubt about that. I'm hoping it'll come with time, sooner rather than later. Of course, would be nice, but. These guys play Catenaccio football, so they're just looking to sit back, make life difficult for us. Ideally, what we might want to look to do here is, I wonder if we lower the tempo, look for overlaps, and maybe look for some early crosses as well, because we have Cargbo in the middle. If we can find him with a cross, he's an absolute monster in the air. We've got a corner, Summers to take. It's a decent one. It's bouncing around. Dylan Davidson can't miss. Was it Cargbo with the initial header? I'm not sure who it was, but the important thing is that it's ended in the back of the net. Dylan Davidson gets his first of the season. We should see it here. It was Hall, I think, with the initial header. The big centre-back. Wonderful stuff from him. And that is, well, exactly what we wanted to do against a team that like to try and sit back and make life difficult for you. Not a classic goal, but a goal nonetheless. And that's going to take us into half-time. There we go. 1-0 it is. We're pleased with how things are going. Let's say that. Do we want to change anything about the way we're playing? What we probably don't need to do is be attacking anymore. We'll just back that off to positive. We already lowered the tempo. So I think we just keep going as it was. They didn't create anything, did they, really? Certainly that we saw in highlights anyway. They're already looking inspired, so no need to say anything to them just now. 5 minutes gone, we've got a highlight. Gowan knocks it down there to Cagbo. McQuaid's tripped over it, and Ince comes away. Can we win this back, or are we going to pay a price for that error? Come on, McQuaid, just don't get yourself sent off. There's a loose pass. That takes the sting out of the attack, but it means it's a bit of a scrappy highlight. Can we go and win this ball back? Oh, I don't like where this is going. Gowan's getting back. McCreary's there. That's a wild shot, and that is fine. Let's give them some praise. We've got another corner. Can we make this one count as well? Back post this time, and we can, and it's Cagbo with his first goal of the season. We're destroying them from a corner right now. That's not classic football, but we'll take it. A goal's a goal. They don't draw pictures, do they? They just add one next to your name, and that is 2-0. And, well, I'll tell you what, we'll take a Premiership title if all we do is score from corners all year, won't we? And we've come straight back. Let's hope we can keep our defensive solidity that we had in that Larne game, because we certainly made life difficult for them there. If we keep a clean sheet here, obviously it goes without saying, and Mulligan is there. Well done. This will be 3 points in the bag for us. He gets it forward, looking for Cagbo. Cagbo's there, making a menace of himself, gets the flick on, and again, we've got a long old scrappy highlight here. And I don't like that Crusaders have the ball. They lump it forward. Hall gets it forward. Gowan is still up there. I thought he might have been offside, having gone to close down the goalkeeper. And, well, this is definitely a long highlight at this point, isn't it? Summers has it. Oh, gives it away. Well, that is a little bit of a Benny Hill stuff in the end there. And the fact that they've smashed it in from Dublin is annoying as well. Thompson Summers, that is a poor pass. Let's tell him to focus. And Mulligan, could he have done a little bit better there, perhaps? It was a long way out. Even if he was blinded a little bit by a defender, he still had time to react. Cagbo. Just over the bar. I mean, it's been a good performance from us so far, hasn't it? Let's give them some more praise. Hopefully it was just a bit of a one-off there. McQuaid's on a booking. Who do we have on the bench? Cutbush and Lillis. Is there any reason why Cutbush couldn't be an advanced playmaker? I don't think there is. So let's make that change. Yeah, of course, it's McQuaid's first game of the season as well, so he's probably, well, he's not going to have the match sharpness of some of the other players. Now, other than lashing one in, and they've made a change, so we need to go and update our marking assignments. We'll do this very quickly. So you're marking right back. It's the problem with doing the marking like this. It definitely does help. Left back, but if they make a change, you've really got to be on your toes to make sure you're keeping up with it. Let's bring Lillis on for Thompson Summers for some fresh legs. That's 2 subs. And I think we might leave it at that. Do we want to start wasting some time, maybe? And just slowing things down a little bit. I think that's probably a sensible thing to do. Maybe even just back off a little bit more, back to balanced. And, well, let's see if we can go and see this out. We'll go back to very defensive. We've got a few minutes to go, and the corners have done it for us. We've got ourselves a 2-1 win. Not a classic, but a game I think we did deserve to win, even if, as I said, the goals maybe aren't fantastic. People have written us off. Well done. Great result. That's 3 points on the board. So Harlan and Welders in control as Crusaders are brushed aside. I think that's the important thing. We were actually quite good there. They had one where they kind of punished a mistake, and it was a bit of a freak goal perhaps. But other than that, we did do quite well, even if we only scored our goals from the set piece. But we'll take it and run. If we win 1 of every 2 games, we'll definitely be top half, won't we? So that's excellent. Guys, if you've enjoyed that, hit thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. Let me know how you think we'll get on this season. And a quick update, I meant to do this earlier. Goal of the season last season. It's currently a dead heat between Shane Curran's goal against Ards, which is what the game gave goal of the season to, and Reece McAllister's really good strike. That was against Ballamallard United in, I forget what game that was in. It was early on in the season, though, I think. I always forget to mention that, so we've done that now. We will be back next time for Institute just came up, so that might be a good test for us. I'm not concerned about these cups, as I keep saying. So we might come back away to newly promoted Institute, and then at home to Cliftonville, who last season we saw was sort of top of the bottom half of the table, if that makes sense, after the split. So that could be a must-win and a tricky game for us, so that should be a good test. We'll come back for that, guys. If you've enjoyed that, set thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you next time. Take care.